The Controller General of Immigrations, Mr. David Paradang, says the service has set up a border patrol corps and is set to run a well-structured plan to ensure heightened security in borders across the country. Mr. Paradang pointed out that weeding out insecurity at the borders will cause less challenge internally, especially now that schools have resumed.
The issue of security is what occupies the first front burner in Nigeria now, and we are putting our own contribution in terms of security. Let's start on the national level. We recently started what we call the Border Patrol Corps, and the Border Patrol Corps had trained the first batch of people in Kano. We are about to start another batch of training in Kaduna in the second week of November to train more. This will further secure our borders, and if you can weed out insecurity from the borders, you will have less to contend with in-house. And we had this well-structured and well thought out. Now we are going to reinforce our borders by setting up the Border Patrol Corps. They have been trained. The results from what I'm getting already is really, really huge. We've had so many people, we captured people in the northwest with some arms. We've got some people who are trying to escape out of the country to go for human trafficking through the desert, and they often die there in Katsina and Jigawa. We are doing this very well.
To party politics now, there are strong indications of the World Congress of the People's Democratic Party in Abia State, scheduled for tomorrow, will hold as planned. This is despite an Abuja High Court order restraining the party from going ahead with the exercise. It was gathered that members of the State National Assembly caucus may have distanced themselves from the Congress and have advised party loyalists not to allow political jobbers take advantage of them. Meanwhile, the chairman of the PDP in the state, Ima Nwaka, told Channels Television that the party has not received any court order restraining it from going ahead with the Congress as scheduled. Meanwhile, the governorship aspirant from Niger State, Mr. Hanafi Sudan, says politics should never deteriorate to the level where it becomes a do-or-die affair. Mr. Sudan made the remark when he visited the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja to pick up the party's nomination form. An engineer by profession, Mr. Sudan says he's confident of emerging the PDP candidate in Niger State for the 2015 elections. The PDP headquarters has been a beehive of activities in the last few weeks. Different politicians aspiring for one seat or the other have been coming to the ruling party's headquarters to purchase nomination forms for various elective positions. Their supporters have also been laying siege at the headquarters. It was a turn for the governorship aspirant from Niger State, Mr. Hanafi Sudan, to pick up his governorship nomination form. He was accompanied by supporters from the state. After receiving the form, Mr. Sudan spoke of his mission in politics.
I'm here to serve the people, not as a professional politician, but as a professional in politics. I want to bring my experience in business into governance and achieve the same results. My vision is to lead the people of Niger State to the glory land. The glory of Niger State must return. I'm a fool for those ideas. I'm driven by the passion to develop my state and place it on the pedestal and even above what I have seen in other parts of the country and in the world, as I have done in the business sector. I want Niger State to become one of the most economically, industrially viable states in the Federation. We have the potential. What we need now is leadership.
He also said he is driven by passion to develop Niger State and place it on the same pedestal as states in developed countries across the world. Linda Kibi, Channels Television News. Meanwhile, as part of efforts at preventing a repeat of the violence that characterized the 2011 general elections, some civil society groups and popular musical artists Two-Face Idibia are partnering with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for violence-free polls in 2015. Led by officials of the National Democratic Institute, today the group visited the INEC chairman, Professor Tahiro Jega, to unveil its campaign slogan ahead of next year's general elections. It says the Vote Not Fight campaign will target youth and politicians across the country, but will specially focus on areas with high records of electoral violence in the past.
Electoral violence is a recurrent decimal in most parts of Nigeria since 1999. This no doubt explains why some citizens are already apprehensive ahead of the 2015 general elections. This group of civil society organizations are hoping to reverse this ugly trend by working with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and Nigeria's hip-hop star Two-Face Idibia by launching a violence-free election campaign tagged Vote Not Fight, Election No Be War.
Encouraging you to use peaceful political channels to address their political and socio-economic grievances is crucial to promoting a peaceful electoral process in 2015 and beyond. This is what the Vote Not Fight Election No Be War Youth Voters Campaign is designed to achieve. Election No War is a voter education campaign, and it is really strategically aimed at educating well-meaning Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, to shun violence, in both ways, not to encourage it and not to be part of it, before, during, and after elections.
While regretting past actions of youths who engaged in political violence, Professor Atahiru Jega says modalities put in place by INEC and the new partnership will ensure a peaceful election next year.
Our youth had been detached from the electoral process. Either they were aloof or they were mobilized and negatively engaged in the electoral process. We have to do everything possible to change this negative tendency. We believe that this has to be done. INEC has to do this, but also all stakeholders have a responsibility to facilitate this and to conduct programs that can really contribute to this rechanneling of energies of our youth in the positive direction.
The Vote Not Fight campaign is an initiative targeting youths and politicians to shun violence, which has characterized most elections in Nigeria in the past 14 years.
The joint forum of the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN, have threatened to shut down the oil and gas industry in the country if the constant victimization of its leaders is not stopped forthwith. After its National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja, the association gave the federal government a 14-day ultimatum to address lingering issues such as pipeline vandalism, terrorism, transfer of its national leaders, and bad state of major roads, all face an indefinite strike action. The PENGASSAN president, Comrade Francis Johnson, told journalists that failure of the House members to speedily pass the petroleum industry bill after their recess will be greeted with a nationwide protest. He said that all efforts to dialogue successfully with the government for several months have been unsuccessful. Meanwhile, FENOG Nigeria Limited today held the official commissioning of a self-propelled swamp lay barge, 3 service vessels, that's a PD 359-ton HDD rig, HDD water borehole and soil sample collection rig, and phase 1 of the 350-meter rigid pavement access road at the Ubuangwe town, Warri Delta State. During the ceremony, the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Content Development Management Board, Engineer Ernest Mwapa, pointed out that the whole idea of local content is gradually taking root in the country today, and this equipment will give FENOG Nigeria Limited the capacity to participate fully in the oil and gas industry.
Another feather added to the cap of the management of FENOG Nigeria Limited as members and staff gather here at its jetty and fabrication yard in Ubuangwe town, Warri, Delta State, for the official commissioning ceremony of their newly acquired equipment and the phase 1 of the 350-meter access road. aspirant is the brains behind the company. Mr. Matthew Conway flanked by other top officials in the oil and gas sector. While giving specific details of the equipment and how they work, the general manager, Engineer Wakwe Chukudi, said these latest equipment will no doubt add momentum to the success of the company in the oil and gas sector.
Is one of the biggest drilling companies, owning a total number of 7 rigs of different capacities and functions, which is the longest and the most secure string of pipeline in the world.
The Executive Secretary of NCDMB, Ernest Mwankwa, during his address, lauded the huge step taken by FENOG Company, stating that this will indeed expand the investment opportunities in Warri.
It is investments like this that fuel the investments like this that we're going to find. We're going to $5 billion in the short term,
Now that capacity is being developed, the company's managing director, Mr. Tongaya, has an appeal. He wants the federal government to start awarding them jobs.
We still believe in the Nigeria contract law that is going to develop social level from the Niger Delta and the entire Nigeria to create more job opportunities for our brothers and sisters in this region. And because of the push from the Nigerian context to see the way we can get in more technology, to invest on equipment, to build our capacity so that they can also look at the way we build our capacity and start pushing for projects to us.
For FENOG, this is one big dream that has become reality.
When the News at 10 returns, INEC Air celebrates 8th year safety record in the aviation industry. That will be in a moment. Please join us again.